Alright, so here we are, Unity 7, Unity 6. And what we're doing, or what I've managed to do, let me just go ahead and catch you up to speed. What I've managed to do is, let's go ahead and click play. So what I've managed to do is create the ship that can steer, and it floats in the water, and it doesn't sink. This is where we're at. This is what we wanted, and we got it. So what's the good part about that? Well, the good part is that this part of the game is complete. Not all the way complete, because we need to do another thing, which we're going to try and do today. And that is get the map to regenerate every time we... So what we want is, if we go to this end of the map and we go off here, what we want to do is we want to regenerate on the other side of the map. And so great news is that ChatGPT 5 just came out, and what we have here is, so what we can do is we can do this other thing, is we can run our script through ChatGPT 5, which is a lot better from what I've researched and the work that I've put in to do this thing. So let's start with script. Oops. Let's open up our scripts. Open up scripts. Remote controller. There we go. Alright, so let's just do it. Go ahead and delete this line of code. We froze the thing, and here's how we did it. Here's how we made our normalizing angle. Is we would check if the angle started getting off 0. We isolated the parts that we needed to, and if it would start getting out of hand, we would simply normalize it back to 0, which it does all the time. And so we've got it pretty much where we want it. We don't really have to change much. It's a large map. You have a lot of stuff to go over, so it's better if you go fast. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the light. We're going to have to move it over as time progresses to sort of account for that. And then we're going to let's go to our pirate game project. What we're going to do and so it reloads a new map every time. So that's a problem. So we can either start with the game and we can say, well, we might want a new map for this reason. Or we might say we might want the old map for this other reason. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do anything more with this. What I'd like to do is be able to shoot cannons out of this thing and destroy fortresses. Like, I like sticking with this. And then we have a gold counter, and we can upgrade the ship. See, so that's another thing, upgrading the ship. It's like, and what about other ships that want to spawn in? It's like, can we do all of this? Can we do all of this with ChatGPT 5? This is a big ask. Maybe we should be asking a different question. Where do we want to go from here? Because what I realized was that making the pirate game is more about the art than it is about the mechanics. It's a beautiful. That's why Elden Ring was so popular. It's like because of the art. So what can we do with this, with what we have, to make it beautiful like Elden Ring? So let's think about that. Let's go to our items. Let's go ahead and turn this off because it's running up my CPU. We have cannons, we have treasure, we have clouds. Look, so these clouds. All right. So, okay. Cannon trolley. Do these come put together? Not really. Cannon wheels. They don't come put together. Okay. So what do I want to do? Do we have? We don't have castles in this game. We have hexagons. We don't have castles. All right, so here, what I'd like to do is start using these clouds. So, let me type this in. I have clouds from, I have clouds that I've imported and still have to unpack completely, that I want to generate around edges of my map. Enter. It's thinking. Planning cloud spawn logic. Finalizing cloud spawner details. So with thinking, you get a much better answer. I just want to say that. So it's taking its time thinking. In the meantime, we can look at this and we can say, we have our clouds here, and we want to sort of have a sort of wall of clouds around our map. And then what we're going to do, wow, look at this. All right, how to use, super quick. Let's try it. Ready? Go. Unpack your cloud prefabs. Unpack completely. So let's draw. Let's go to our prefab. Let's draw them over to prefab. Let's open that. Let's create 2 new folders. Let's create this folder called cloud. Cloud. Okay. Unpack the clouds. All right. So let's bring it in. Let's bring these in. 2, 3. We go to prefab. Unpack completely. Unpack completely. Unpack completely. And now we drag them back in to our prefab, and then we simply delete them. And then we do another folder, cloud unpacked, and we can drag these in, drag it in. We got our clouds. All right. All right. Create an empty game object called clouds. Okay. Create empty clouds. Add cloud spawner. All right. So let's go to scripts. Create mono behavior script cloud spawner. Could not be found. Alright, but that's completely normal. We add cloud spawner to clouds. So we did that. That's number 2. Assign your cloud prefabs to cloud prefab array. right, so let's see. Simple drifting wraparound clouds. Optional. What's missing cloud drift? That's what it says, right? Could not be found. So what do we do with this? What does this say? Let's read this. Velocity vector, bob amplitude, bob frequency. Time, delta time, so add time, and then we have a sine wave, bob amplitude, bounds center. So where's the bounds center? Is that this? I don't know. Assign your cloud prefabs to the cloud prefab array. So here's where we're stuck. Do we want we have this? I don't see an option to do that. Oh, right. Cloud drift. It hasn't saved. It hasn't. My bad. So what do we do with these? With the cloud drift? Here. So, okay, let's go ahead and create that. What does it have to be called? Cloud drift. Cloud drift. And then we can simply copy and paste. Thank you. And it's imported. Very nice. So, wow. Look at all those. All right. So we go to our prefabs, cloud, cloud unpacked, cloud one, whoops. Back to clouds, cloud 1, cloud 2, cloud 3, map bounds. Look at all these mechanics. Look at all these excellent mechanics that we get. So here we go. Let's go to the, let's see. Obviously set parent to the clouds object. Let's go ahead and do that. Clouds. And let's run it. Well, actually, no, let's not. Tweak belt width, how thick the hedge band is. Spawn outside versus inside the border. Clouds per edge. Y min, Y max scale range. So the Y should be 0 probably. And then hit play. So let's see what exactly happens. Nothing. Is there anything going on? No. Are we supposed to zoom in really, really close? Stuff going on under the map? Nope. So that's not there. Okay. Right. I already fed it so it already knows these bounds, which is good. The belt width should be, it should be there. So altitude. So maybe altitude and size. So we don't want them to act as clouds. We want them to act as a belt around the thing. So let's change that. Hit play. What do we get? I mean, nothing is not good. Nothing is unsatisfactory. Uniform scale and range. Yeah, different sizes, different random rotation, yes. Maybe we do seed 1. How about that? Add drift. Do we want to apply like the, I mean, maybe we do that later. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. I don't see these clouds. Okay, so let's troubleshoot. Well, right now, after following the instructions, there isn't any clouds. There aren't any clouds being generated. Aren't. Thinking again. That's a good question. Do I see a parent for clouds? Yes, I do. Here we go. What is this? So there's nothing there. Okay. It's there. It's obviously saying something. I want to start. It's on for the clouds. Right. Yes. Bounds match the map. Built with 40. Let's see. Uniform scale range. I mean, here's the question. What are these scaled to? These are scaled to 400. Holy moly. So that's probably the problem. We need to scale these up from like 380 to 420. Genius. Let's try it. Wow, look at it. You can see it now. Wow. So this is what we want. We go from Y min, we set that to 1 and 1. Look at that. Going all around the map. Okay, so map bounds. So they start at the edges. Okay, it's working now. The scale, okay, so the scale was simply off. Sorry. The scale of the prefab was off. Let's go ahead and end that. Let's see. Spawn on start. Add a drift. Bobbing amplitude range. So speed range. Right now they start at the edges and are allowed to float within the map. I would like them to be confined to the borders of the map. And perhaps only allowed to bob up and down. Proposing cloud update. That I was gonna say proposing quick update, and I was like, what? Ah, gotcha. If they're drifting inward, let's make them edge locked and bob vertically. Minimal change. In cloud spawner, set add drift equal to false in the inspector. That alone stops the inward float. And this tiny script attached to each spawn cloud so they only bob up and down. Where we previously added cloud drift, and then add these fields to the spawners near your other headers so that you can tune them in the inspector. Hard clamp to the belt. If anything else tries to move them, add this tiny guard. Okay. Wow, I like this a lot more. It's very, very good with the mechanics. Let's add drift equal to false. Let's start with that. Press play. Right. Where's my boat? There it is. Okay, and then also let's also do this. 780 to 840. It's double the size of the clouds. Okay, so we're getting larger clouds. We want them to be absolutely massive clouds. So we're going to do... Also, we want these to be the same. So we're going to do 10,000. And we're going to do 10,000. No, that's 100,000. 10,000. Absolutely massive clouds. Wow, look at that. They spawned everywhere. This is not at the edge of the map. This is everywhere. Which is not good. We don't want this. So this is the bob up and down one. Spawn to clouds so they only bob up and down. Right. Let's see. Let's see. So let's look at what we have so far. Spawn outside, no. Spawn inside, yes. What do we get? Same thing. We get the same thing. Okay, so that's not what we want. In Cloud Spawner, after instantiate each cloud, add the bobber, just these two lines where we previously added cloud drift. And add these fields so the spawner, so you can tune it in the thing, and then hard clamp to the belt. Add this tiny guard, edge clamp. What can we do with this? I mean, this is the cloud drift. Random point near edge. So it spawns at random point near edge, which which we're able to float. Let's see. So where did we have cloud drift? Let's start there. Pointer edge, random sign. Variable drift. Bob amplitude. Bob dot amplitude. So we got Bob dot amplitude now. Yeah. Ow. This is pretty complicated. Pretty complicated stuff. So we could try it, but we have to add this new entire Bob thing. Let's start with this edge clamp. Add this tiny guard, edge clamp.cs. And switch edge left. Okay, so what's this? Edge clamp. Let's do this. Scripts, edge clamp. Edge clamp. Let's copy and paste this. Paste. Any errors? No. From your spawner, you can optionally attach and initialize right after you pick the edge and instantiate. Okay, so from the spawner, pick the edge and instantiate. Looking for give me a line number for give me a line number to help me with this optional part. Right, cloud spawner. So, right, we have this, and then right, add this bar clamp, get component. Right after, so yeah, it was in the wrong place. See, void spawn on edge. Oh no, it wasn't. If random Y rotation. clamp. So what does it say? 22 to 28? Alright. No change. Not at all. It's a huge thing. Let's see. Okay, so let's make this 8,000. You're a little bit too big. Y maximum. So I have these at 0. For some reason, the 0 went random Y rotation. That is what I want. Yes. Spawn outside. Yes. What if we bring back drift? Does it hard clamp it? Because it was supposed to do that. Spawn outside. So I mean, perhaps they are at the correct Y location. Let's make the Y max 1 and the Y minimum 1 and see if we can get them all spawning above. I mean, we're getting a lot less. This isn't exactly it. What is this doing? Let's go to our clamp. Do we belt width 20 outside equals true? X, so these are the X minimums and X maximums. So some of them are adhering to it. As soon as they're done drifting. So what it looks like now is a regular cloudy day, when really what I want is for the clouds to act as a shield for the edge of the map so that the player can't see beyond it, i.e. the edge of the map. Providing minimal code changes. Okay, perfect. That's what I want. New script, Cloud Edge Shield. Opaque material for the walls. Jeez Louise. Bob script, reuse from earlier. Alright. So we're going to go to prefab. We're going to go to cloud. We're going to drop this cloud into here. And we're going to delete it now from the thing. So if we need it again, we'll call it, but I don't think we will at this point. Alright, so create empty game logic. What is this? Cloud Edge Shield. Cloud Edge Shield. Cloud Edge Shield. Correct. Go to scripts. Folder. Mono behavioral. Cloud Edge Shield. Cloud Edge Shield. Correct. Cloud Edge Shield. Open up. Open it up. Yes. Copy paste. Cloud bobber cannot be found. Okay, so we want it to attach the cloud bobber we want to attach the cloud bobber to thing. Cloud bobber. Cloud, how do you spell this? B-O-B-B-E-R. Cloud bobber. Open up the cloud bobber. Do our two errors go away? I think so. Yes. We go to our, let's say, prefabs, cloud, cloud unpacked, cloud, cloud bobber. Go to this one, add the same thing, cloud bobber. This one had the same thing, cloud bobber. All right. And now we add the cloud shield. Shield, let's go to scripts. Cloud Edge Shield. Wow. Walls, parent, cloud, parent. Hearing some static going off. I don't know how much my room likes this heat. Where's the... Let's see. What does it say? Set bounds. Alright, assign cloud prefabs. Where do I assign the prefabs? Oh, here we go. List. Jeez Louise. This is super intense. All these clouds. Shit is so real. Excuse me. Create a simple opaque material. Built-in standard rendering mode opaque. Click build edge shield context menu. I don't know what this does. Click context menu on the component in edit mode or play mode. Okay. See. Click build and show content on the component. Whoa, where's my thing? There it is. Whoa. Zoom all the way out. This is wild. Now we have to float there. Float. Hold on. Alright, click on this context menu and let's edit it. 8,000. 8,000. Try again. Nothing. Is it perhaps above or below? I don't see it. Let's see. Map Manager, Cloud Edge Shield. It's not spawning anything. Did I do the cloud bobber correctly? I think so. Yeah, I did. Wall height. Maybe it's the material. You know? Create material. Base map white. How metallic is it? Surface type opaque. Let's see. Unlit. And have some silver clouds. That's fine. Whatever. Hmm. Hmm. Cloud edge shield. Let's go ahead and drop our material in there. We got our correct thing. Alright, let's see. Does it have an actual material now? No, it doesn't. It doesn't show up. Is it at a different range? Look straight up. Don't see anything. I don't see it. Where is it? Okay, let's see. Increase, tweak if you see gaps. It'll give you 4 invisible blocking walls plus a rim of bobbing clouds so the player can't see past the edges, but they'll think it's an endless cloud bank. I don't want invisible blocking walls. Let's see, what function? Make wall. Let's see. Make wall. Alright. Build walls of the occluded material. I'm not seeing anything. This isn't showing up. This isn't showing up when I press play. Thinking. sounds like two tiny fixes. Auto build on play. Okay. Built in replace it. With this. Okay, so we don't need that. So add this header around line 37. Whoops. Great. A few bugs around here. So 73 after start, void start. This is void build walls. Where is this? Void build. Void build. Okay, so I guess I'll just paste it where it says to. Right around 73. What is this? 2, 3, 4. Let's see, tab. Right after clear. Where's that? Nothing right after clear. Okay, so what it really wants is for me to move this to like here. If we can make that look like everything else. Okay. No errors. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay. So we get bug logs in the build. Whoa. There we go. want these walls. Tear down the walls. Yeah, I don't actually. It just built a wall. So I don't want you to build walls. And it did. So void make wall. Spawn clouds along edges. Spawn cloud. Okay, I don't want you to make walls. I want you to make... I don't want you to... Wow. I don't want you to create walls within the game. Wow. I want a wall of clouds. Wall composed of clouds. Okay. So we can go ahead and update these. Wow, this is a lot of stuff. This is new. Cloud bobber. See, cloud curtain spawner, and what is it now? Well, it's titled, so there you go. Cool. Oh. No. I don't think I can keep doing this. At this point, I cannot keep doing this. Yeah. This is what I end up getting. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. Can you fix it? I'm hoping for a free ride on this ChatGPT 5. That's what I'm hoping for. Ooh. Tough. Perhaps I should be more descript. My issue is that when the code pastes the numbers, the line numbers are included. Yeah. You know, if I could fix this instantly, I would just say go back to just generating code in the code generating environment. Here we go. Finally, something that works. Cloud curtain spawner. Voila, all fixed. We just changed the name to Cloud Edge Shield. And let's see if we can come out false switch. Mat does not exist. Oh, did I? Whoops. It had much more to generate. Voila, no issues found. Save. But, here's the problem. We actually need to call it. This is one thing I learned from free education. Edge Shield. Let's see. Cloud Bobber. That was updated too, so let's go ahead and copy that. Copy and paste. And save. That was pretty funny. It ended up including the line numbers with the code, and I had to get it back into its normal self. It sort of broke free, if you can imagine that. Let's see. So it's not it's not generating them where I want it to, which is the worst part. If I were to go to Cloud Edge Shield, tell it, let's see. Spacing, lanes, a long jitter, inward jitter, Y min, Y max, 8,000, 8,000, scale, random Y rotation. This is exactly what we want. This is what we want. This is what we want. This maybe not so much. Should not be or isn't where we want it. So, you know. Let's see, curtain clamp. It keeps creating new things for me to have to redo every time. Enable rejects. Right, so here it is, right there. That's where it should be. You wait for the thing to generate, and it doesn't do it. It doesn't follow along to the thing. We can clearly see where it's supposed to be. Why is that generating perfectly? My goodness. So I see where the clouds are supposed to be generating, but they're not, but they're generating everywhere. So what do I type into here? I see an object being created, which is where I would like the clouds attached, but the clouds are instead dispersed everywhere above the map. Maybe it's thinking too hard, you know? Maybe that's its problem. Too much thinking isn't good for you. Cloud Edge Shield. Spacing. Ymin, Ymax. Let's see. The Ymax. Voila. This is exactly what I would like. 120. Maybe if I set this to Cloud Edge Shield, we'll get what we want. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. Let's see. Build on start. Add edge clamp. Here we go. What to change? That's because the spawning is user world coords for X and Z, so it ignores your anchor's object's transform. Let's add a local to anchor mode so the curtain is built around your object. What to change? Set reference to the object you mentioned. Now the curtain is built relative to that object. Where the curtain is, I want clouds. Let's turn off thinking. I think it's thinking too much. Let's just go back to it's just thinking anyway. This doesn't have to be more complicated. Let's see. Gotcha. You want the actual cloud objects placed exactly along the curtain, not floating elsewhere. Your building positions in the world space. So curtain density. What if I were to change this to 25? It doesn't change anything. I want it to be working how it is. So, wow. Build on start. Seed 0. Add edge clamp. Keeps them locked to the rim. Belt width. What if we change this to 18? Does it get larger? It does. So let's do that. Spawn just inside. So what if we do that? I mean, it knows exactly what I want. It's just not spawning. It's just not spawning them where I want them. You know? If I change this to 6,000. Yes, of course, random Y rotation. Whoops. What was that? Look. It is not going where I want it to go. Edge map, cloud. So let's say cloud edge shield. They're bobbing and things, but it's like they're not within the bounds of this. They should be only where this is. So 690, 600. 690. 600. Okay. What's this one? What if we change this to 5? How does that? 500. No. That doesn't do anything. Man. I don't want to keep adding scripts to try and make this work. Cloud bobber. So this is working. This is working. Right, working. So why won't it? Know what I mean? I want this Cloud Edge Shield to be to K this work. Okay. So just answer my questions. So just answer my questions so I can tell you what to do. Okay, got it. Fire away with the questions. I'll answer directly and keep it to the point. No extra scripts, only tweaks to the existing cloud curtain spawner if needed. So with the cloud curtain spawner, is there a rectangular object generated? Spawn your cloud prefabs to those points. A rectangle is just math. There is no game object or mesh created for it. Okay, but I can see the rectangle. No. No. Alright, so we keep the gizmo. Perfect. The clouds should be generated within the gizmo. The gizmo rectangle box, and only there. Only. Rewrite it and call it Cloud Edge Shield. Rewrite the script and call it Cloud Edge Shield again. Also, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. That was gross. Anyways. Also, make x min 0. Let's see, x min and z min. And z min equal to 0 and x max equal 690 and z max equal 600. Scale should be about 6,000. The scale of the clouds should be about 6,000. Okay, so hopefully I can do this. And I'm starting to get a bit stressed, so I'm going to chew on this piece of nicotine gum. Don't tell anybody that I do this. I'm very ashamed of myself. But you might hear it. Okay, that looks good. Gizmos. I like that. That's new. Didn't work. Did not work. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. Maybe we delete the parent. What do we get? Same thing? The cloud generation still all over the place and not within the confines of the gizmos lines. No. So this is not it. Okay, on each, if it's a particle. So open each cloud prefab if it's a particle system. Let's try this. This might have been the problem all along. Set its main, simulation space, to local. Let's see. Simulation space, local. Okay. Let's change all of this. Okay. Now what is it? It doesn't follow the rules. I don't understand. What is affecting these clouds so that they don't follow the rules? Cloud edge shield, edge clamp. So, this isn't helping. Why aren't the clouds... Here, answer this question. Why aren't the clouds being generated within the bounds, or simply pinned to the bounds specified? Generated. Answer the question, ChatGPT. They're not moving. They're okay. We're gonna go back to global space. Okay. The gizmos is telling me that there should be a wall exactly where I want there to be a wall of clouds. But the gizmos isn't filled with clouds. Tell me why. I mean, I'm not getting it. I mean that. This is absolutely ridiculous. It just looks like random clouds are being spawned everywhere. What is this? And then I click on the thing, clouded shield, and it's like, yeah, it's supposed to be right here. It's supposed to be filled in. This is taking forever. I don't understand it. I honestly don't. So we're gonna leave and we're gonna come back to it, and I'm gonna keep working on this. Hey, thanks for everybody that dropped in to watch this game being built. I don't know, how long have we been going? An hour, almost 2 hours. So we're going to give this another 20 minutes. So I'm going to tell it this. The gizmo is perfect. We're going to go for another 20 minutes. The gizmo is perfect. The clouds, the cloud prefabs aren't being generated according to what the gizmo says. Okay. So let's add this field. Let's see if we can do a little bit of our own work. Right. All right. Add this helper inside the class. Let's see. Right. Add this helper inside the class. So private vector 3. Let's see. Maybe right here. 0 references, so that is not where it's supposed to go. Okay. Open each cloud prefab if it's a particle system. Shape radius, keep very small. One radius is huge. That's it with the sharp clamp. Okay, where do I put okay, we're gonna have it rewrite the script. Rewrite the script for me because I can't tell where to add those pieces of code. Pieces of code. Wow. All right, look at it. So much stuff. So let's keep going. Just keep going. Gotta rewrite it every time. I wish I knew, you know, where it was exactly, but it's so difficult to tell. Okay, so I'm hoping that this turns out, you know, I'm hoping that this turns out to be exactly how I want it. Oh, it's just like, I don't think it will. I think it's gonna keep doing this thing. I don't understand. Alright, so let's just do what it says. Still not filling. Let's go to prefab, cloud 1, mesh render. Anchor override. Prefab type. This is mesh render. Prefab is mesh render. Mash render. Genius. You know what I'm gonna send you a screenshot so you can tell and tell me what you think of it. I'm going to give you a screenshot so you okay. Imagine a cloudy day. That's what the scene currently looks like when I press play. Imagine. Gotcha. Overcast sky. Wow. Do this just inside on. So let's go ahead and. Spawn just inside. Belt width equals 1500. Big enough for 6K scale meshes to sit fully inside the room. Spacing 40. Cross that. La 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 la. Not really. I mean, I just want to understand. What is this? I mean, what is this? You know, it's like this should be. It has all sorts of things, but for some reason the clouds are cloud edge shield. This is cloud edge shield, right? Yes, edge. Okay. So it's like, you know, we didn't use this. We're not using edge clamp. Cloud spawner isn't being used, I don't think, is it? I just don't understand why the clouds, why you can't program the clouds within the quote-unquote rectangles. It has nothing to do with the prefabs and only to do with the location spawned. Oops. Spawned. Uh-oh. No. Huh. There it goes. Keep waiting. This is so funny. Oh God. Oh no. Your bounds exactly computes belt rectangle for each and interpolates that within the round of it. Clamp to its belt for instantiating fixed scale. Why fixed tweak if you want. Perfect. This is exactly it, right here. There it goes. Alright. Holy smoke. Alright, let's see if I can do it. Oh, shoot. This one. Ooh, that was close. Oh my God. Zoom around a little bit. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, this is pretty good. Right. Cloud edge shield. But it's not... Yeah. So I'm looking for something with 2. Let's see if we can. I don't think we're gonna be able to get the spacing. I mean, you know. change that too. So what is the... Okay, what does it say about rectangle? Inside that rectangle. Right, so what if we change the C to like 1,000 or something? Does it increase the accuracy of these clouds? No. What about face forward? Does that do anything? Well, it sort of does. Look at that. We can see the problem. Okay, so face forward, no. Spacing across, no, but with the spine side. So what if we make this like 10? Are we allowed to get rid of one of those layers of seed cloud? Yes, we are, which is what we want. Okay, and then let's go ahead and change this. So, okay. Change this to 100. I wish we could do this. Okay, no. Let's change this to, say, what was it, 0? So I think those random things are supposed to be there. Okay, this has to go back to 0. So that works fine. We just need to shift all of this by how much? And we need to find out how much. Cloud edge shield is the Z, so that's 730, and that's minus 730. Really? So what's this? That doesn't make any sense. So how exactly do I change the positioning? Go back to the positioning, local versus global for the prefab. So it's sort of whacked out on us. It's taking more time than it's supposed to. Alright, let's try again. Whoops. Alright. Alright, so we're going to try this one. Instead. No errors. Yes, go ahead. Let's see, random dot rotation. Okay. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So let us now spacing. Okay, it should include scaling of the clouds. Should include a scaling. I don't know. Let's see. What happens if we do? If we do 5 and this should be 0. What happens if we do that? So this is perfect. Now, how do we scale the clouds? How do we include a scaling aspect for the cloud? Prefab. Scaling included. Perfect. Let's do that. Whoops. No, that's right, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Go away. Okay, now let's change it. Scale range between 500 and 500. Spacing should be 100. Let's go with 400. Height 1. Okay. Oh no! It's one cloud. Okay, so let's go back to, let's make this 0 again. Nothing's coming up, so we're gonna wait. Uh-oh, Unity froze. That's not good. That's really not good. Of course. I think this just happens to my computer every once in a while. Alright, well, I'll see if I can get this working offline. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for visiting and viewing, and make sure to like and subscribe.